Bama seems to have stopped the bleeding. It wasn't pretty. It was pretty chaotic after Nick Saban retired. And again, that's what you find now, is that it's going to be chaotic for any team that decides to change their coach. And yet they seem to have circled the wagons, if you will, and calmed down. Alabama gets their 5-star wide receiver, Ryan Williams. He recommitted. If you remember that after the news that Saban was going to retire, he decommitted and now has recommitted and will be at Alabama. He was the number 5 overall player in 2024, according to 24/7 Composite. Bama was, I don't want to say they were in a spiral, but there was a bit of panic, right? I think it was eye-opening for everyone around the country, maybe even Bama fans. They were like, oh man, this can even happen to us, when Caleb Downs walks out the door and Caden Proctor walks out the door and Isaiah Bond walks out the door, and their highly touted quarterback recruit, Julian Sayin, he walks out all after the Saban retirement. But now the bleeding is stopped, and now Kalen DeBoer can take a little bit of a deep breath and he can go, okay, I get Ryan Williams. And by the way, if you're Ryan Williams, why wouldn't you want to go play for Kalen DeBoer? Look at what he just did with Rome Odunze and McMillan and Polk. I mean, in a lot of ways, Alabama should be getting some of the best wide receivers in the country. But now what it does is it sets up a huge spring, because guess what? Kalen DeBoer is not out of the woods yet, nor are any of these coaches that are in their first spring in their new spot, because there's still going to be a spring transfer portal period. Okay, so this spring is going to be a huge test for DeBoer and this team at Alabama. All right, are they buying what he's selling? Is he authentic? By the way, that goes for Sharon Moore. It goes for Jed Fish. It goes for any of these, Mike Elko, any of these guys in these new spots. Are you authentic? What's spring football like? We're going to find out at all of these places, because there's another spring transfer portal period where the players can jump in and leave. Okay, so not out of the woods yet. DeBoer now has to be authentic, and he's got to have a good spring. We're going to learn a lot about how spring goes down at Bama by how it they react, if you will, to that spring transfer portal. Thank you for watching the Joel Klatt Show YouTube channel. And if you liked this clip, make sure to like it and subscribe to the channel, and you can stay up to date on all of my college football coverage.